Alafu DCC mwenyewe akakuja akaendelea kuchora mpaka, na alipomaliza akaita chips, na nilikuwa nasikia waziri jana akiongea. Nilikuwa nafikiria mawaziri za zingine sijui hata niite waziri ama niite wazimu.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've done a video extensively on what happened at Barakoi. But now I want to do an additional video on that. And that is day 2 of Barakoi. I've done a video on day 1. Now I'm doing the video on day 2 of Barakoi. On the video of day 2 of Barakoi, I want to show you some of the things that people really could not believe that happened there today. But before I take you through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly take a second or two and subscribe. Also, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, I want to thank you so much for choosing this channel. Please keep following for the videos that you do here. Let me give you 2 seconds to subscribe. Thank you for doing so. Now, let me proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, after the incident where people were shot, the cabinet secretary, that is Kipchumba Murkomen, the one for interior, had this to say.
Nimesikitishwa sana na maneno imefanyika huko Narok. Huko Narok huko watu tu wa serikali walikuwa wanaenda kufanya kazi yao ya surveying ya shamba ya Angata Baragoi huko Narok. Tumepewa ripoti kwamba ati watu tu wanasanyana kwenda kuvamia. Hii maneno imefanyiwa mpaka sasa tumepoteza watu 4. And so anybody who has been involved in the Narok situation and cause the kind of mayhem and violence, we are going to take firm legal action. And going forward, the IG has briefed me rightly that we are going to increase the strength of our police officers in the area, and we are going to make sure that no area of...
And in response, the police officers, the people heading the police department, came to Barakoi. And this is what happened. The first incident, a chopper was landing, it was stopped. The second one is the chopper carrying the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, which was not allowed to land. And when it landed, the locals could not allow them to come out. They stayed there. And these people had a demand. The local member of parliament must be present. That is a moral decree, gentlemen. Now, when these things happened, I was able to borrow so many things from there. Where did it start that Kenyans can stop the Inspector General of Police from landing? Where did it start? Of course, I gave some reasons in the previous videos, how the anger developed and stuff. But now, to an extent where people are facing the police officers head on, that's a unique case. A unique case. This has been piling. People forwarding problems to the police officers, they don't solve them. Police officers not showing any professionalism. And as a result, Kenyans feeling that they are alone. So they are taking things into their hands. When you see a police officer denied by the locals, it's a big sign. And that takes me straight away to the observations that I made. Number 1, people do not have any confidence on the police officers and the government at large. At all. Because they don't believe they can even solve some of these problems that they experience locally. They cannot. As a result, to realize that they're taking law into their hands. Douglas Kanja recently, he was featured in the Central Kenya, participating in a political rally. And they thought with the president that it was just lightly. But Kenyans were watching. And those people, Barakoi, knew the same thing. And as a result, they could not see Douglas Kanja as the Inspector General of Police, but just as a politician or someone coming just to trick and maybe show off that they have come to solve the problem. Yet, there's nothing that can come out of that place. So therefore, they could not trust Douglas Kanja to come and deliver anything serious to them. Stopping the Inspector General of Police, Kenya Mewaka. I'm telling you that. It's unacceptable. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Apart from that, I also realized that people could not allow any leader to speak until Joanna Ngeno has arrived. What does that mean? There's one character I know about Joanna Ngeno. He constantly interacts with his people, constantly engages his locals. And so long as he did that, therefore he gave the people the confidence to listen to him and at least even trust him for some few things. What does that mean? People of Kenya, first of all, want their leaders to be close to them. They have leaders like Junet Mohammed who never go to their regions. They never go there. They're always with the Baba, forgetting that they were elected into parliament to serve the people of Kenya, the people of Suna East. And then now they focus on Raila and forget the people who elected them. Joanna Ngeno is constantly there. I'm not so sure on his development track record, but the fact remains that I know he goes there now and then. I see him in meetings there. I see him speak about the locals, and I rarely see him most of the meetings because he's mostly at his area. And that's why he has been elected most probably third, if not the second time. So Joanna Ngeno, I applaud him for that. Secondly, I also realized that Kenyans really want their MPs to represent them, so that whenever they have challenges, they can trust them to solve their problems in totality. And it is not basically on clashes of this kind with the police officers, even in parliament. That is a strong lesson that these people need to learn. That their locals, the people of Kenya, the citizens, want them to perform their duties diligently and serve the interests. Serve the interest to the latter. Because Joanna Ngeno was the person who was forced to come there and at least create the environment for the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, who stayed in the police chopper for more than an hour to wait for Joanna Ngeno to cool the ground, as if Joanna Ngeno is above the Inspector General of Police. That means people have lost confidence completely on the Kenyan police. Thirdly, I've also learned something new from these people, the police officers in Barakoi. Our police officers are not well trained. Just like we saw police officers, 1,000 of them taken for training before they went to Haiti, I think we should have a gradual way of training our police officers so that they can be able to know how to handle their locals. It cannot be that people in Haiti are receiving care by the Kenyan police officers singing to them, feeling confident about the police officers of Kenya, while in Kenya here we are losing confidence on the police officers of Kenya. They are shooting locals here, harmless citizens, while in Haiti they are only killing, they are tackling and dealing with the gangs that are causing mayhem in that place. So therefore, we need an additional training for police officers so that in situations of this kind, they can be able to solve these problems very well. They can be able to easily solve these problems without killing people anyhow. Because we cannot have police officers being the ones killing the locals, and at the same time we also have bandits killing locals, and also have some gangs killing locals. We cannot allow this kind of a situation. It is high time that President William Ruto realizes that Kenyans have lost confidence in him completely, with his government entirely, not just the political class, but also the administrative part. And it's high time we get serious people working for this big country. If you see what Murkomen was saying, the way he was speaking, castigating the locals without considering what was happening on the ground, I feel strongly that we are having wrong leaders in power. I don't know what's your take as far as these two incidences of this incident of Barakoi and any other part of this country where police officers have engaged in clashes with the locals is concerned. But please let me see in the comment section on what you think as far as the Kenya leadership is concerned. My name is Abel Mokwa. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep following for the videos that we do here.